I had a client ask me yesterday, how do I come back to my regular meditation practice on a regular basis? And some things that I shared with her, I want to share with you because I took a long time to really get this dialed for myself. And I want to say that this works for all sorts of practices. It could be any thing like meditation, it could be prayer, it could be exercise, it could be a way of feeding yourself, a way of connecting with people. It could be regularly taking a bath or dancing, something that you have in your life that really helps you feel at your best. And so the number one first thing to do is to really check out that you are choosing something that really serves your highest purpose. So many of us choose a regular practice that isn't actually in alignment with who we are or what we truly want because we think it's what we're supposed to be doing. So many people have come to me for meditation who actually really don't want to be doing it and don't actually find much benefit from it, and that's totally okay. It has to be something that you're really, really drawn to, and that once you get a good sense of it after you've practiced it a bit, it helps you feel more of a sense of aliveness, of peace and ease and contentment in your life, or whatever it is that you're wanting more of. So the first thing to check out really is this something that you're genuinely wanting to do, or is it something that you think you're supposed to be doing because people in your life tell you so, or because you heard it and it's supposed to be very effective? But in your heart of hearts, is there a full yes to this? That's a little bit different than just having resistance, because obviously meditation isn't always going to be blissful. In fact, it can be quite challenging and uncomfortable. But does it bring you to a state when you practice it regularly where you feel better in your life? So that's the first key to making sure that you really want to be doing this. The second way that I bring myself back over and over again, especially when I have resistance, is I ask myself, what is the most loving thing I can do in this moment? Is it to go watch Netflix, or is it to actually sit my butt down and take some time to come into my heart, my body, and my breath and practice, even if it's not the first thing on my list I want to do? What is the most loving thing I can do in this moment? I ask myself that over and over, and different parts of me will say, oh, I think it's, maybe go do something really distracting, or it would feel really nice to go just lay down and take a nap and check out. But if I check in on the deepest level, is my practice what is going to bring me more into alignment with how I want to feel? And most often the answer is yes. Sometimes it's not, and you have to honor that every single time. When it's not, then you honor what the other thing is that you want to do, and it'll make it easier and easier to come back to your practice when you honor it when it's a yes, and when you honor it when it's a no. Another kind of simple thing that I use the Insight app, because there's a little kid in me that just loves gathering gold stars, and I think it's fun. And so it also helps you connect with friends and people across the planet. It's really fun to see that I'm not doing this alone. And so it's a cool little free app on my phone that every time I practice, I just set a timer and it logs time, and then you get gold stars or red stars or green stars after a certain amount of time. And there's something in my neurochemistry, in the little kid in me, that gets a little hit every time I get a star, and that makes me just want to come back over and over and over again. And so I'll take it. I'll use that for the momentum of the practice, because I know that it's something that really helps me in my life. I do to really make sure that I can support myself best to get in the rhythm with things is actually to practice at least 5 or 6 days a week, if not 7. Sometimes we can creep our way into these practices a bit by going, okay, I'll just do it twice a week, or I'll do it once a week for 5 minutes, and it will build and build. But the reality is we can't build a new pattern if we're not doing it regularly. And so it can be getting over a bit of a hump at first. But honestly, after the first 3 days of doing it regularly, setting my timer for 20 minutes or 45 minutes, and just staying with it, even if I'm not practicing the way I think I'm supposed to be, I am there, I'm committed to it, I've created time in my life, I'm away from technology, and I'm creating a space for my body, my heart, my mind to know that this is what we're doing, this is what we're committed to for as many days in a row as possible. And there are a lot of people that say just sitting for 5 minutes or 10 minutes is enough. And it is, but the benefits of the practice are deeper and deeper the more time you can spend with it. So I really recommend setting that timer for at least 20 minutes as often as you can. And after you get over that initial hump of discomfort, you will find that it is actually quite easy to come back over and over and over again, because it'll be your sacred special time that you get to spend with yourself. And the last thing I like to remember when I am really out of a rhythm and having a hard time having a regular practice or just focusing on meditation, I try every single day to do something where I am present and listening to my own heart and body, whether it's taking an hour to do movement or stretching, to dance, to sing, to play music, to do art, or to just rest without technology. So I try to just find something I can do where I can unplug and tune in. It doesn't have to be meditation, but it can be some way where I can come home to myself. I recommend trying all of these things and let me know how it goes for you and what works best for you.